Welcome back to Machine Universe. Today, we're taking you inside some of the world's most advanced high-tech sawmills, massive industrial powerhouses where giant logs from around the inside these facilities, precision and power, work together seamlessly. The moment a log arrives, machines, scanners, conveyors, and computer-guided blades jump into action. In seconds, a tree that took decades to grow is scanned, cut, shaped, and stacked with incredible efficiency. There's something distinctly American about the lumber industry, a tradition rooted in our history and visible in the towns we build. For centuries, our forests have provided the timber that shaped everything from early colonial homes. The old image of axe and saw loggers may be gone, replaced by modern machines, but the craft remains the same. Turning a tree shaped by decades of nature into strong, reliable building material. Welcome to Newton Timber Company, where that legacy continues with cutting-edge innovation. Here, generations of experience meet advanced engineering to create one of the nation's most refined hardwood operations. It's not your grandpa's sawmill, but he'd still recognize the pride, precision, and respect behind every board. At Newton, tradition and technology work side by side to carry the industry forward. The journey begins deep in the forest, where selective logging keeps the ecosystem healthy and sustainable. Modern loggers can cut, trim, and set trees in seconds, a huge improvement over the back-breaking day-long work of sawmill workers in the 1880s, who relied on handsaws and axes. Each operator must combine skill, precision, and knowledge of the forest to ensure each felling is safe and efficient. Once the trees are felled, powerful sleds take over, pulling multiple logs over rough terrain. These machines move with careful control, protecting both the precious timber and the forest floor. Each haul is calculated to maximize efficiency while minimizing environmental impact, reflecting decades of refinement in modern logging. From the initial felling to the transport of the logs to the landing site, the process represents a remarkable combination of technology, skill, and respect for the forest ecosystem. Once the logs reach the landing area, they're loaded onto specialized logging trucks designed to handle massive timber safely. These aren't ordinary flatbeds. Modern log haulers use advanced suspension systems, reinforced frames, and precise load distribution to carry up to 25 tons of wood down mountain roads and highways. The drivers are true experts, often third or fourth generation log truck operators who know every curve and grade in their territory. Their skill ensures each load makes it from forest to mill safely and efficiently. As logs enter the Buer facility, they move into a system where technology and craftsmanship work together. They're quickly sorted by species, size, and grade with help from advanced scanners. Buer specializes in top-tier hardwoods like oak, hard maple, cherry, and walnut. Each wood type needs its own handling method. Oak's interlocking grain, for example, requires different cutting speeds and blade settings than hard maple. Logs first pass through the debarking station, where modern ring debarkers remove bark cleanly and protect blades from the grit inside it. Then they move to metal detection, which catches hidden nails, staples, or bullets before they can damage a saw or cause an accident. Now we reach the heart of the sawmill, the Headrig. Buer uses a computerized bandsaw with the operator in a climate-controlled cab, positioning each log with precision. And even with modern controls, it still takes real experience to read a log's taper, sweep, and hidden traits. The bandsaw itself is a high-speed loop of steel with carbide-tipped teeth that can cut hardwood for hours before dulling. Old circular saws from the mid-1900s dulled in minutes and wasted much more wood. The difference in accuracy and efficiency is night and day, and it shows in every clean, consistent cut. Here's where precision shines. Optical scanners create a 3D profile of each log and calculate the best cutting pattern in microseconds, factoring in knots and defects. The gang rip saw uses multiple blades to turn logs into boards with tight accuracy. In the 1970s, mills produced about 50,000 board feet per shift. Today, operations like Buer can triple or quadruple that with less waste. Next, the boards are edged and trimmed for clean, parallel sides and standard lengths. Scanners and servo-controlled saws optimize yield and remove defects. Each board is tracked for full traceability, then graded from top to lower grades for various uses. Lumber is carefully stacked on kiln sticks for even drying, combining science and craftsmanship to prevent warping and defects. While hardwood gets most of the glory, softwoods are the backbone of construction, framing our homes and building our floors. The AKZ Sawmill, supplying Alsford Timber Limited, specializes in processing softwood species like pine, spruce, fir, and cedar, the very woods that have helped shape the modern world. Softwood harvesting starts much like hardwood logging, with crews dropping and bunching trees in the woods. But the approach shifts fast. Softwood forests are usually planted or naturally regenerated, which makes them perfect for highly mechanized, efficient harvesting. The trees grow straighter, more uniform, and much faster, with pines reaching harvest size in 25-35 years, compared to 60-100 years for oaks or maples. At AKZ, softwood milling is all about speed, efficiency, and large-scale output. Unlike hardwoods, softwoods are lighter, straighter, and grow more uniformly, which allows mills to process logs at much higher feed rates. That doesn't make the work easier. It requires a different set of skills and expertise. Operators must constantly monitor complex machines, adjust for variations in each log, and ensure the flow of material stays fast and safe. Precision and experience are just as important as speed. The debarking stage sets the tone for the entire process. Smaller logs tumble through enormous drum debarkers, where rotating steel ribs strip bark as the logs collide and roll against each other. Larger logs move through ring debarkers, similar to those used in hardwood mills, producing a cleaner, more precise finish. Before mechanical debarkers became standard in the mid-20th century, logs were soaked in massive mill ponds for months to loosen bark while also preserving the wood. These ponds were once defining features of American sawmill towns, shaping both the landscape and local industry, though most have since disappeared. Once debarked, logs are fed into high-speed head rigs and saw lines that combine bandsaws and circular saws. The first cuts often produce standard dimensional lumber, 2x4s, 206, 208s, directly from the log, unlike hardwood mills that rely on multiple resaw stages and cants. The goal in softwood milling is simple: maximize linear feet of structural lumber, not wide, clear boards. Advanced scanners and optimization software calculate how to extract the most usable material from each log, while grading focuses on strength rather than appearance. Knots, wane, and other natural features are acceptable as long as the board retains structural integrity. Softwoods are categorized as whitewood, spruce, pine, and fir, or redwood, Douglas fir, and southern yellow pine, giving builders and mills a clear understanding of material properties. High-speed trimming and edging lines run faster than the eye can follow. Yet, modern safety measures, including laser guards, automatic shutoffs, and physical barriers, protect operators in what was once one of the most hazardous trades in America. After initial processing, the sawn lumber moves through grading stations, where trained and often certified graders stamp each piece according to standardized rules developed decades ago. This uniform system, recognized across the industry, ensures that a contractor in Florida can order lumber with confidence, knowing it will meet the same quality standards as material purchased in Oregon or Maine. From there, the fresh-cut boards are carefully dried in kilns under strict quality control, ensuring they reach the precise specifications that customers expect. Softwood kiln schedules differ significantly from hardwoods. Higher temperatures, faster cycles, and unique moisture curves allow many softwoods to be fully dried in less than a week, compared with the weeks or even months required for dense hardwoods. Facilities like AKZ reflect decades of refinement in an industry constantly balancing productivity with sustainability, speed with quality, and tradition with innovation. Each 2 or 4 framing a house, each floorboard beneath one's feet, represents a direct link to responsibly managed forests, optimized manufacturing processes, and efficient material handling. In every stamped board and kiln-dried plank, the careful combination of expertise, technology, and industry standards comes together to deliver lumber that builders and homeowners can trust. The Cotton Brock takes a balanced approach to lumber processing, handling both hardwoods and softwoods with a system built for flexibility and quality. Achieving this requires advanced machinery and skilled operators who understand the nuances of different wood species. Logs harvested with modern equipment and transported by specialized trucks first enter a sorting yard, where careful grading by species and quality begins. This initial sorting is crucial. Mixing species before milling reduces efficiency. Different woods require different approaches. Dense, interwoven oak needs slower feed rates and aggressive blade geometry for clean cuts, while softer, uniform pine can be processed faster with less wear on tools. By adjusting speeds, feed rates, and blade settings to each species, Cotton Brock ensures precision, efficiency, and consistent quality across its diverse timber. At Cotton Brock, the nth head Headrig uses advanced scanning technology to create three-dimensional models of each log before the first cut. This isn't science fiction, it's industry-standard engineering. Laser or camera-based scanners map the log's exterior, identifying sweep, taper, and surface defects. Optimization software then calculates cutting patterns to maximize lumber recovery. The difference between optimized and good enough cuts can mean thousands of dollars in recovered wood per shift. This is where experience and technology intersect. Saw operators can override computer recommendations using knowledge that software can't replicate. Understanding grain patterns from thousands of similar logs, recognizing market demand for certain sizes, or detecting subtle internal defects invisible to scanners allows operators to make smarter decisions. The best operators treat technology as a powerful tool, not a replacement for expertise. Cotton Brock's breakdown process strategically combines bandsaws and circular saws. Bandsaws excel at slicing large logs and producing thin, precise boards, converting less material to sawdust. Typical bandsaw kerfs are around 1/8 inch compared to 1/4 inch or more for circular saws, making a huge difference across thousands of cuts per day. Circular saws, meanwhile, handle higher production speeds and resist deflection in certain applications. Smart mill design leverages the strengths of each saw type for maximum efficiency and recovery. The resaw operation is particularly impressive. After initial head rig cuts produce thick cants, They are fed through multi-blade band resaws that simultaneously slice them into multiple boards with extreme precision. Maintaining parallel cuts across thousands of inches while blades spin at thousands of RPM requires decades of engineering refinement, evolving from the crude bandsaws of the 1800s to today's computer-controlled systems. Servo-driven edging and trimming lines adjust each blade in real time, optimizing every cut to maximize recovery and minimize waste. A mechanical ballet where every movement is calculated in milliseconds. Cottonbrock also combines human expertise with advanced technology. Automated cameras and pattern recognition help identify defects and suggest grades, but experienced operators make the final call, applying knowledge of grain patterns, market demand, and subtle internal flaws invisible to scanners. This combination ensures consistency while maintaining flexibility to meet custom specifications. Finishing is another standout feature. Boards are planned to precise thickness and smooth surfaces using high-speed multi-head planers with blades balanced to micron-level tolerances and spinning up to 5,000 RPM. Proper maintenance and blade setup demand expert skill, with carbide tooling simplifying some tasks while the core precision remains artisanal. Kiln operations add another layer of complexity. Cottonbrock handles multiple species with differing drying schedules simultaneously. Operators carefully assemble loads by species and thickness, applying decades of knowledge encoded in modern control systems to monitor temperature, humidity, and moisture content. Every step at Cottonbrock adds value while respecting the material. From forest to finished board, logs begin a multi-generational journey, emerging as lumber for homes, furniture, and structures that serve human needs for decades. The operation honors traditional craftsmanship while embracing innovation, continually evolving to transform trees into the building blocks of our modern world. You're from the towering pines of Mississippi to the beams and boards that frame American homes. The journey of lumber is a story of patience, skill, and respect for the forest. Mega sawmills don't just cut trees, they honor them, blending human expertise with cutting-edge technology to unlock the full potential of each log. Every slice, every planed surface, every board leaving the mill carries decades of growth, generations of craftsmanship, and the quiet wisdom of the woods. Watching this process, it's clear that lumber is more than material. It's a bridge between nature and human life. The pine that once swayed in the Mississippi wind now supports families, builds schools, and stands as a testament to the harmony of tradition and innovation. In every nail, every beam, and every floorboard, the story of the forest lives on. And in that story, we see the heartbeat of America itself, resilient, resourceful, and deeply rooted in the land. Welcome to Machine Universe, the YouTube channel where raw power meets real-world craftsmanship. Join us on a journey from forest to factory as we uncover how America's timber is transformed into the lumber and wood products that shape our everyday lives. Step into the modern U.S. lumber industry, where tradition meets innovation. From Pacific Northwest forests to Oregon's high-tech mills, precision machines and skilled crews power this sustainable, unstoppable industry. As drone footage rises over the Pacific Northwest, gliding above endless waves of deep green. Towering Douglas firs stretch toward the sky like pillars of an ancient cathedral, their crowns brushing the morning clouds. Mist drifts across the canopy as sunlight breaks through in soft golden beams. Below, a feller buncher moves confidently through the forest, its hydraulic arms gripping and slicing each trunk with precise, controlled power. Deep in the forests of America, from the rugged Pacific Northwest to the rolling Appalachian Mountains, modern logging begins. This is the birthplace of every plank, beam, and board that will eventually shape homes, bridges, and cities. Before the sawmills and drying kilns, the story starts here among the giants. Loggers work with a blend of experience, instinct, and respect for the land. They are not simply cutting trees. They are harvesting a renewable resource in a long-term cycle. Today's crews rely on advanced machineries at feller bunchers, harvesters, and skidders, operating in coordinated rhythm. Where teams once labored for days with axes and saws, a single operator now commands powerful machines with fingertip accuracy. Yet one principle remains unchanged: responsible forestry. Every tree removed is part of a managed plan. Replanting is mandatory, habitats are protected, and erosion is minimized. Modern forestry is not exploitation, it is stewardship. A massive fir leans, cracks, and falls to the forest floor. The echo rolls across the valley like distant thunder. Sunlight spills into the opening, and the forest begins to regenerate, ensuring future generations will inherit the same towering giants that stand here today. Wow. A century ago, logging was one of the toughest and most dangerous jobs in America. Men faced the wilderness with axes and handsaws, miles from the nearest road, battling cold, rain, and exhaustion. Every tree they felled was a test of strength and teamwork. One wrong move could mean disaster. Today, the forest is still wild, but the craft has transformed. Modern logging machines combine brute power with digital precision. Onboard computers and laser sensors calculate the most efficient cut before a blade even moves. Each harvester can fell, trim, and cut logs to exact lengths in seconds, work that once took entire crews a full day. GPS systems now track every load from stump to mill, while onboard diagnostics monitor fuel use, hydraulic pressure, and safety systems in real time. The result is a process that's faster, cleaner, and safer, improving how far technology has carried this age-old industry. This evolution is a testament to American ingenuity also. The idea that progress and tradition can coexist. Archival black and white footage shows 1930s loggers swinging axes and shouting orders across the woods. The scene fades into a modern harvester gripping a massive trunk, slicing through it with surgical precision. From hand tools to hydraulics, from raw muscle to data-driven control, this is where heritage meets innovation. These machines don't replace pride, they protect it. The same determination that once drove men with saws and horses now drives operators behind digital consoles shaping the next generation of forestry. As one Oregon logger put it, the tools change, but the pride remains. Every tree cut, every log moved, and every load delivered continues a legacy. The story of an industry built on skill, respect for the land, and an unshakable will to improve. When the logs leave the forest, the next chapter begins. Large-scale timber transport. These are the road warriors of the lumber world. Massive machines built to haul tons of raw wood across mountain passes and winding forest roads. Each truck is a feat of engineering, reinforced frames, air suspension systems, hydraulic loaders, and advanced GPS tracking. Drivers monitor everything in real time, from fuel efficiency to tire pressure, because when you're hauling 40 tons of fresh-cut timber down a slick grade, there's no room for error. Loading and securing the logs is a ritual of its own. Every log must be perfectly balanced, every chain tightened just right. One mistake can mean lost cargo, or worse. For many families across rural America, this isn't just a job. It's a way of life, passed down from fathers to sons, generation to generation. These trucks don't just move wood, they move the economy. Every load supports a vast network of sawmills, fuel stations, repair shops, diners, and entire communities built around the rhythm of the timber trade. So when you see a log truck rolling down the highway, you're looking at the backbone of American manufacturing. 1 mile, one delivery at a time. From the outside, a sawmill might look like a maze of conveyors and towering log piles. But step inside, and you find a precisely engineered system where machinery and technology move in perfect coordination. What seems chaotic from afar is, up close, a choreographed dance of motion and accuracy. Drone footage reveals the transformation from raw forest logs to finished lumber. Each log is scanned by high-powered lasers to determine the best cutting pattern, minimizing waste and boosting efficiency. Powerful debarkers strip away the rough bark, exposing clean wood beneath. On the saw line, high-speed bandsaws and circular saws slice logs into boards while computers adjust each blade in real time. Sensors track grain, thickness, and alignment to ensure millimeter-perfect cuts. Nothing goes to waste. Bark becomes mulch or biomass fuel. Chips head to pulp mills. Sawdust becomes pellets, particle board, or clean energy. After cutting, lumber is sorted, graded, and moved into massive drying kilns where heat and humidity are controlled with precision. Once dry, planers smooth every board, and finished stacks are bundled and prepared for shipment. Modern American sawmills rely on robotics, sensors, and data systems to reach levels of efficiency unimaginable a generation ago. Yet behind all the automation remains the same core values: tradition, craftsmanship, and respect for the wood. Today's mills prove that innovation doesn't replace the old ways. It strengthens them, driving a smarter and more sustainable future for America's lumber industry. Among America's most advanced sawmills stands the Collins Lakeview Mill in Oregon, a benchmark of sustainability, precision engineering, and smart modern manufacturing. Set against the backdrop of Oregon's expansive forests, this mill represents the next chapter of American lumber, one where tradition, efficiency, and environmental responsibility work hand in hand. Here, every log is digitally tracked from the moment it's harvested in the forest to the moment it becomes a finished product stacked neatly on a store shelf. This seamless connection between forest and factory is what the industry proudly calls from stump to store. It's a system built on transparency, accuracy, and accountability. The journey begins as logs arrive at the deck, where they are first sorted by species: Douglas fir, ponderosa pine, hemlock, and others. The logs are fed into alignment systems that position them for the first major cut. Massive bandsaws and circle saws make the initial breakdown, slicing them into cants and boards. Computerized edgers then take over, trimming and refining every piece. Real-time grain sensors read the wood's natural lines and direction, ensuring each cut maximizes strength while minimizing waste. Every board passes through a network of high-resolution cameras and laser scanners. These systems can detect even the smallest defects, cracks, knots, resin pockets, or discoloration invisible to the human eye. Boards that don't meet structural or visual standards are redirected for alternative uses, such as engineered wood, paper chips, pellets, or clean-burning biofuel. At Collins Lakeview, nothing goes unused. Every fiber of the tree contributes to something valuable. Fresh lumber then enters massive kiln chambers where temperature, humidity, and airflow are finely controlled. This process stabilizes the wood by drawing out moisture, a step essential for preventing warping, shrinking, or splitting. Much of the energy used to power these kilns comes from renewable biomass, including sawdust and wood scraps produced on site. The mill quite literally fuels itself. Once dried, boards move to the finishing line where rollers and planers shave each surface to a smooth, flawless finish. The lumber is then graded, some by automated systems, some by skilled human graders, and labeled with key details: grade, moisture content, and mill of origin. Each stamp represents a commitment to quality, traceability, and responsible production. But what truly sets this mill apart is not the machinery, it's the people behind it. Many workers here have spent entire careers mastering the relationship between craftsmanship and automation. They monitor gauges, fine-tune computer settings, adjust saw lines by microns, and ensure the entire operation runs safely and continuously. At Collins Lakeview, technology doesn't replace people. It empowers them, giving skilled workers better tools to do exceptional work. And beyond the factory floor, the mill remains a vital part of the community, providing long-term jobs, supporting local schools, and strengthening the regional economy. This is the face of America's 21st century lumber industry, a seamless fusion of tradition, precision, and progress, shaping the wood that shapes our world. America's lumber industry stands tall on the global stage, powered by innovation, precision, and tradition. Our next stop takes us to one of the country's standout sawmills, the Collins Lakeview Mill in Oregon. Here, generations of craftsmanship meet cutting-edge technology. The mill draws its supply from sustainably managed forests across the western states. Each truckload of logs is weighed, tagged, and entered into a computerized tracking system, ensuring complete traceability from stump to store shelf. Once inside, the logs flow through an intricate maze of conveyors and sorting lines that separate them by diameter and species. The first major cut happens at the massive Headrig saw, capable of slicing through logs several feet thick. Operators control the machinery through touchscreens, fine-tuning blade movements with millimeter accuracy. Automated edgers then trim each board to precise width and dimensions. Quality control never stops. Cameras and scanners check every board for knots, splits, and imperfections. Those that don't meet grade are repurposed, turned into engineered wood, paper chips, or other products. Nothing is wasted. Every part of the tree finds a purpose. Then comes the kiln. Rows of stacked lumber spend days or even weeks inside these massive drying chambers, where temperature and humidity are carefully managed to reach the ideal moisture level. The result? Strong, stable, ready for market lumber. From towering trees to finished boards, the circle is complete, and the wood that once stood deep in the forest now finds new purpose in homes, schools, and cities across the country. Each piece carries a story shaped by countless hands. The loggers who rise before dawn to cut timber with precision and respect. The truck drivers hauling massive loads down steep, winding mountain roads. The sawmill crews who turn raw logs into clean, perfect boards. And the craftsmen who transform those boards into structures built to last for generations. Together they form a chain of creativity and effort stretching from the quiet forest floor to the skylines of American towns and cities. This is more than manufacturing. It is a living expression of resilience, ingenuity, and the forward-thinking spirit that has defined American industry since its earliest days. Forests give life to the raw material. Mills transform that material with skill and discipline, and communities grow from what those transformations make possible. The homes we live in, the buildings we gather in, and the spaces where we build our futures. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of American forestry, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, because here we celebrate the machines that move mountains, shape wood, and turn raw nature into modern craftsmanship. This is From Forest to Factory, where tradition meets technology, where muscle and machinery work side by side, and where every cut, every board, and every finished piece carries a legacy worth preserving. Stay safe, stay curious, and join us again for more stories from the industries that keep America building and the people who keep these timeless crafts alive.